welcome back to a new video. I just tagged and nose sprayed and fed this new little heifer. She was born earlier today. This little lady was born yesterday. And then this guy was born on the 10th. He was born on the 10th. This one was born on the 10th. She was born on the 10th. And this guy was born on the 10th. So we had 5 calves born on the 10th, and I know for some cattle farmers or ranchers that's normal. For us, it's a bit much. So I ended up looking after these 4 babies being born that day, and my dad looked after that one because he was born later at night after I went home. And then I can't remember who would have looked after her. Yeah. So today's September 12th for me. I don't know what it'll be when you guys see this video, but the first calf born in this room was born on September 4th. So that means within 8 days we have had 15 calves born. That's a lot for us. So we are probably going to be grouping up some of the steers and what we've been calling the goat barn, because my goats are in the old barn that would normally house overflow calves. However, my goats are currently in there, so we're going to be using where I used to keep goats for those steer calves. It's a little bit of a mess right now, but once I get my goats moved out to my new place, things will be working a lot easier over here. So let's continue feeding calves. So it's been super busy today. I went to the city with my mom and my sister today. Maxime was baling. Brent and Brent's dad, Doug, have been combining the canola and bringing it into the yard. Jan was hauling bales. And we have had a bunch of new heifers calving in lately, so the guys who are milking cows need a little bit of help near the end because the heifers can sometimes be a little bit difficult to deal with. And tomorrow I have to bring my kittens to the vet for their booster vaccine shots. So let's see if I can take you guys along for that.
So I'm taking the kittens to the vet this morning to get them their booster vaccines and just a small checkup to make sure that they're all doing okay. And I know a lot of you guys have asked if they're going to be neutered. Obviously, they're still too young for that right now, but in the future, yes, they will get neutered because I don't want to be overrun with kittens. As cute as they are, it's just not healthy to have that many cats around. And here we are in the appointment. The vet's looking little Edgar over. He's being super good with him. He's checking his weight and his sort of conditioning. And he also makes sure to check the heart rate and respiratory rate.
So we've got Edgar getting a little bit of deworming at the moment, and then the vaccines that he got were rhinotracheitis, calcivirus, panleukopenia, and chlamydiosis. Oh, come here, guys. Who wants a cuddle? So I'm back at home with these little rascals. And I just want to say a really big thank you to the vet and his assistant who were at Corman Park Vet Service that let me videotape one of the kittens getting his shots. I think it's really important to take care of your animals, so I just wanted to show you guys that even the barn cats deserve having a vet visit and their vaccinations just to make sure that they can stay healthy and strong. So just a big thank you for those guys for always taking care of our animals. Before we went to a specialized dairy vet, Corman Park was where we went to for literally all of our animals, but since my parents have moved to a specialized dairy vet, we still go to Corman Park Vet Service for all of our goat needs, the horses, the cats, and the dogs. And when I still had a bunch of rabbits, I also brought my rabbits there if I had a problem. So they're really good, they're really knowledgeable, and they always take really good care of their animals that are brought into their care. So I'm always really happy with the knowledgeable advice that I get from there. So thank you to Corman Park Vet Service for always being so great. Just look at this guy. Oh no, is it too big of a kiss? But they are growing like weeds. So you guys all know that my older cat, Fritz for short, is my house cat. He was a barn cat for 13 years and I brought him inside when he started slowing down, but I really love having a house cat, and I think that Edgar might also make a really cute addition to the household because he is a black and white tuxedo cat and Fritz is also a black and white tuxedo cat. So I'm debating bringing that little guy into the house just because he's exhibiting really quiet behavior compared to the other two. And I think he could do really well. The only thing that's kind of holding me back from doing that is Fritz's obvious disdain for other cats. So I would have to figure out a way to let them live in harmony together somehow. But so if you guys have any advice on having an old house cat and then bringing in a new little kitten, I would greatly appreciate if you commented that down in the comments, just so that I have a couple of ideas maybe. So it's not even sure yet that I will bring Edgar into the house, but if I do, I want to be prepared with as much knowledge as possible. Oh, hi. Stinky boy. So we have big old Capital here. He's a massive sweetheart. I absolutely love him. And his two ladies. I will be putting more with him once I have him at my place. Big stinky boy. Should be wearing gloves when I pet him, but don't have any on me right now. And then I think I'm going to be bringing Samurai and his group of ladies over to my house first to put in that old stable. And we have Cowboy, Ricochet. He was weaned recently off of Breeze. You smell the other buck? Those are the 4 weathers. We have this hooligan Batman. Yep, hooligan. And everybody else, this is Kamaraska. She's looking thick. So hopefully she's pregnant. But she's getting really good and chunky. Hopefully that means she's pregnant with more than one baby. And this is one of those mixed does. Everybody's crying for attention now because I just fed them all. We have all of these gals. Hey, Shine. And that's Breeze right there. She was having a little bit of trouble keeping up with feeding Ricochet, so I weaned her off. It was time to wean him anyways, so that's why I did that. And we have Cisco. He is looking amazing. I'm really happy with how he's growing. Hey, buddy. Cutie. Breeze. And this loud little stinker is my mama's baby goat Bandita and her mama Fern. So they're a recent addition to this pen. And we have little Dreamer down there. So Harissa, Ginger, Musketeer, and Flicka. And I took out Rhea and just put her back with Hurricane because she was stirring up too much trouble in there, so I just decided to keep her with the buck for now. That way, if she does come back into heat, she will hopefully be rebred again. And if I see her come into heat a 3rd time, then I'll be putting her back in with Sinbad instead of Hurricane. Because sometimes some goats are just not compatible together, unfortunately, so I will be keeping an eye on that. So it's pretty smoky again. It was really nice and clear earlier today, but it's rolled in quite aggressively, so we can smell the smoke very well again. However, before I ended the video, I wanted to let you guys in on the cool things that I found that I think are cool. So first up is a bucket of antique insulators. They're in kind of like the olive green, aqua, and clear colors. And then there's, so these are all glass, and this is what, for anybody that doesn't know, I think most of my viewership will know, but these used to be on top of power poles and stuff. So this is a green one, and it's quite a bit bigger than the other ones that are in there. So that was one thing that I thought was super cool. And my grandma told me that I could probably sell the whole bucket for like 20 bucks or something, but I'm gonna be keeping them and maybe making a couple of cute little candle holders and stuff out of them. There are some broken ones in there, and no red or purple ones, which are the ones that you want to look for if you want to sell them for a decent amount of money. And I guess a lot of people pointed out that this bike was made in the 1960s. So I figured I'd give a better look at that. I had no idea that this was that kind of a bike. That this little seat has been, I don't know, eaten off of. But I'm thinking that the pedal still works. So that bike obviously is much too small for me, but it is still mechanically in decent working order. It needs a new seat. It needs new tires because those are completely flat and broken. Like the rubber bits on the tires are broken, but everything else seems to be okay. So speaking honestly, I will probably try to resell that because I am not a bike enthusiast. I'm an old barn enthusiast. I'm an animal enthusiast. So I feel that somebody who is really truly passionate about that kind of stuff should be able to have the chance to have that. And then there's one more really cool thing that I found. I already forget what it's called, but yeah, it's really cool. So I just found this unassuming piece of wood in that shed, or what I thought was unassuming, and then I opened it up and all of these things fell out. So I've been told that these are to redo threads on bolts, and these are really old, but I can't tell. So there's a stamp that says 1834 in here, and my camera's not focusing, but I'm not sure if that's an established in 1834 stamp or that it was made in 1834 stamp. So if somebody has more information on this tool set, please comment that down below because I'd be really interested in learning more about what this is, because I had no idea what it was. I had to look up the stamp company name and put it into Google and then kind of figure out what it was from there. So that was a really cool find, but it's getting dark now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe and share it with a friend. Sharing is what helps this channel grow, so do me a solid, we grow the channel. I will see you guys in the next video, so until then, bye.